Hello you beautiful peeps. Yes, it's finally time to get the electronics in this car. Sorry it's taken a little bit, but I had a few other projects that needed to be done as well. I have the controller, receiver, the spare parts that came with the kit. I have the motor and the ESC, and I have a servo that I forgot about for some reason, but luckily I had one laid around. So this is the ZD Racing Thunder B10E. Yes it is, and you're watching John Robinson RC. So in theory I shouldn't need the instructions, should I? It should be a very simple process right now. I am going to try to skip through as fast as possible with fast forward when I'm editing the disassembly process, because you've already seen me put it together. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up there now for you now, so you can see this kit being put together. I say kit, it was pretty much 90% put together out of the box, so you just had to screw the front and the rear suspension set with the diff all onto the chassis and a few other bits. So I have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screws off. Let's get on. No, I don't, do I? What am I thinking? Do I? No, I was thinking that I had to take the front off for the steering and whatnot, but I don't, because the servo goes here, so I don't need to take that off. It's just those two that need to come off. In fact, while I'm here, I'm going to put that one back on, because it doesn't need to come off. Okie dokie. Right, itchy nose. As you can see, the drive shaft's just fallen out, because you can see that there's quite a flex without that top brace in. So this comes off. That can just be put out the way. That obviously came off. This is the cover that I was talking about the last time that had to go in, which went in when I was fiddling with it the other day. And then there's this little plastic grommet here that has to go there to hold the bearing into place. Why is my nose so itchy? So I think job number one is to put the servo in. This servo is a KS3518. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how much I paid for it. It's just here, so there you go. Nice and simple. From the bits and bobs, we just need these two here and a couple of screws. Just going to use these ones because that's the only ones that I have 4 of. So makes sense, right? Also, if you remember when I was putting the kit together, I'm all like, what are these for? They look like servo parts, but I was like, why is there so many? But obviously they're different diameters for different servos. So I'll leave that one out in a hope. Okay, so if that is going to go that way around, if it goes that way, the steering will not work. So it has to go that way around. Like so. So that will fit like that. But I believe there should be some rubber bushings to help with vibration. So let's take a look. Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I picked up all of these orange boxes for like 8p each. Yes, once again, I'm a tight ass, but you know, bargain. So these little rubber dingsons go in here. Like so. It's got to go that way. These do look rather large, don't they? At least they'll hold. Nice. Just for those that are new to my channel, I have fibromyalgia, and today I'm particularly shaking. I noticed yesterday that it started up, so it's not me being nervous, it's me unfortunately unwell, so please just bear with me. Luckily I can fast forward through quite a lot, so you don't get to see me shaking and trying to line things up. Also, I have to make a correction about my electric car, my Nissan Leaf that we purchased. I said that it was charging was free in this country, which we were told when we bought the car. That was because he'd actually received incorrect information. What happened was the app that you use to connect to the chargers just didn't charge for a whole year. So people thought it was free, and it wasn't. So people have got bills for the whole last 365 days. Ouch! Luckily, we only charged 3 times at public chargers. So I think for 400 kilometers travel distance, we paid like six euros. A lot less than petrol. Okay, so these screws have come out. These are the ones that I put on those the last time because they're countersunk, because obviously you need that for underneath the chassis. So I'm going, can that come out for now? Yes. Keep on. Where are you not going in? There we go. So. Oh. So let's see if this fits. We know it fits there. So push that in. Get the wheel straight. As at this point, usually you would turn the receiver on to make sure that this is already straight. And I will do that to show you all what I mean. So I do need power, so it's going to have to be the ESC plugged in as well. Can never remember which way that goes, so we'll try this. I need a battery. I can never remember if channel 1 is steering or not. Never remember. So we'll soon find out. So as you see, that's working. So what you need to do is put the steering trim in the center. So I will put that dead center now, as you'll see. Go away, dead center. So then we can confidently line up the wheels. Does that fit? Nice. Okay, so it can be adjusted obviously after the fact, but for now I'm happy with that. So we need 1 screw in the servo head. I see what I've done. Those grommets on the rubber grommets on those are supposed to have these things to reinforce it. I'm not so worried about that. Now on that, all the way through that. I forgot that's attached now. That's annoying. Okay, so now motor. These are the screws that I've selected for the motor. So, pinion. You see when I'm lining that up, you see how far, there we go, see how far out that is, so it has to come further along the shaft. Let's say actually in a wee tad. Nice. It's at this point that you should put some thread lock on this to make sure that nothing moves, and again on the motor screws. I'll go back and do that at a later date because I need the video to be as quick as possible. So think about where the wires are going. Obviously that would be pushing out, but it looks like they've been bent severely up, so I'll do it like that. It's not really easy to show you, but I'm just trying to feed the two screws in. So as far as how close to the spur gear you go, paper trick. So put a piece of paper between the two, then tighten it up. Don't be pushing with all your might in that direction, they just have to grip. That's it. See that? Very nice, very, very, very nice. So that is that done. Motor in position. I'm not going to bother, as I said, I'm not going to tighten them up max right now because I'll go back and do that afterwards just to save a little bit of time right now. But for now, the drive shaft needs to go back in. Come on. Thank you. I cannot forget this little grommet here. Plastic covering. And all of those screws back on. That is that. So I think these are supposed to go up and through, but that looks like a right hassle right now, so I'll do that afterwards, again saving your time. So channel 2 for this, that can go there. Go like that. No idea what order these go in, so they're not coloured. So it is pretty much just guesswork right now. Keep on swapping them around. If you go forward and it goes backwards, swap them around. If it goes forward slowly but fast backwards, again swap them around until you get the right combination. Steering servo has to go in like so. Battery. Ish. So. Power on. Be prepared if it goes blasting away. As I said, if all of these are in the wrong position, or if your throttle trim is in the wrong position, then it could potentially happen. So you don't want it to just go blasting away. So, steering. Sounds like I've not done a very good job with the meshing there. It should be fine, but remember, everything is new on this, so you do have to get the grease and whatnot to sort of bed itself in, but let's see what it's like when we're running it. So that's it, ladies and gents. It literally is that simple to install the electronics on an RC car. Just a quick jump in here while I'm editing, just to show you the guys that are a bit anal like me for cable management. I just tidied everything up, everything's in position, just going to get some tape to hold the ESC in, and then hopefully this should click down into place. There you go. So that's now technically waterproof. 3 screws there are put in afterwards. Everything's nice and tidy. Didn't take very long, and as you saw, it's a relatively easy job. Make sure you use thread lock, that's really important. So I'm going to end the video now because it's quite a long video, and then on the next video we'll have it running on tarmac and on gravel, and we'll do a speed run as well to see what speed we get out of it. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye.